Hello, we're going to work on stretching the buttocks, the gluteus maximus, minimus, piriformis, as well as getting into our hip flexors, the psoas muscles, and the pectineus. Can you see my little duck behind me? He's so cute, he came up and sat on my mat. The most requested class I get is for buttocks and hips. And no wonder we use these muscles so often. So let's get to it. Our warm-up is quite functional. Have a little squat. You can have your feet together or feet apart. Just going for 5. Creating some mobility in the hip joints, the ankles, the knees. All right. Now, staying down, lift your right heel, lift your right knee, and cross your ankle over your left knee. And hold here, then do 5 little pulses. Come all the way up and foot down. Let's go back again. So squatting down, lift the left heel, lift the knee, and then cross your left ankle over your right knee. 5 pulses. Steady and stable. That's the intention. And come all the way up and release. Making your way onto the floor. We're going to do that same thing, but sitting down. So take your hands back behind you. Legs are bent. Cross your right foot over your left knee. Turn your fingers around, lift your chest up, and you're flexing the ankle. So we're stretching those same muscles that we were just recruiting to get us into that one-legged squat. Breathing in and out. So some things to consider: flexing the right ankle, pushing the right knee away. If you want a little more intensity, you can bring your torso closer to your legs. And then release, walking the hands back, changing. Bend the left leg, cross it over the right knee, and then walking your hands in, flex your left ankle, push your left knee away, and breathe. Bringing it all in a little bit closer if you so desire. And then releasing. Come forward onto your knees, make your way into down dog. Stretching the backs of the legs, the calf muscles. Lift your right leg high up in the air, bend the right leg, open your hip, move your right leg to pigeon pose at the top of the mat. Slide your left leg away and away. Breathe in, lift the chest up. Breathe out, go down and just resting on your forearms. Inhale, coming up to your palms. Tuck the left toes under, knee off the floor. Right leg lifted high up in the air. Bend the leg, open your hip. We're going back into pigeon pose. This time lift your knee higher behind your right wrist. Lift your left foot higher behind your left wrist. And now slide your back leg away and away and away. Breathing in, lifting the chest, so we're arching back. Take your left hand and place it on your left foot. Lock it into place and then come back down. Now while you're there, I want you to visualize your right knee. You're dragging it down and in towards your left knee. So that's going to keep you active in the pose. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, lean to one side so you're sitting on the right buttocks and slide your left knee forward until it touches your foot. Scoop the tailbone under, so we're really focusing on stretching this left quadricep and getting into the hip flexor, and reclining, leaning back. If you wish, you could lie all the way onto your back, but make sure you keep your left knee on the floor. To exit the pose, hands by your side, push yourself up, and then come forward onto hands and knees into down dog. Exhale. Inhale, left leg high, left leg to pigeon pose. So take it at the top of the mat, slide the right leg away, and just come down onto your elbows. 5 breaths. Inhale, come out of the pose, palms down, right knee off the floor, toes tucked, lift the left leg high up in the air, bend the leg, open your hip. We're going back into pigeon pose, but this time a little deeper. So move forward, bring your knee really close to your left wrist and the foot behind your right wrist. Slide the right knee back and back, elongating the back leg. Take a back bend, breathing in, lifting the chest. Lock your left foot into place, so right hand on the foot, and then come down. And now while you're here, I want you to visualize your left knee as if you're dragging your left knee towards your right knee. So that's going to activate your glutes. It's going to cause you to go a little deeper into this stretch. And then inhale to come up, sit on your left cheek, slide your right knee forward. So you've got that left shin parallel with the top of the mat. Scoop the tailbone under and recline. Stretching hip flexor and quadricep. Lying all the way down if you wish. Keeping the right knee on the floor. To exit the pose, use your arms to push yourself all the way up. Roll forward onto your knees and once more into down dog, lengthening the legs. Inhale, move to plank and take your right knee to the middle of your mat and then slide your left knee behind it. Splay your feet out wide and you're sitting on your buttocks. So here, if you wish, you could use a block. And you would place the block just underneath the buttocks to make this more achievable. Feet equidistant from the buttocks, sitting up tall. And then reaching forward. Moving your chin over your knee. Buttocks grounded. And then inhale to come up. Exhale, leaning back. Uncross your legs and just cross them the other way. So you've got the left thigh on top. Knees stacked on top of each other. Soles of the feet facing up. Again, if you want to use a block, you can sit on your block. Feet equidistant from the buttocks, long spine, and then exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, coming out of the pose. And then exhale, leaning back, unfurling your legs. Make your way into down dog. Lift your right leg high up in the air, bend the leg, open your hip, step your right foot on the outside of your right hand, left knee on the floor to start. Let's take a breath in, lift the chest up, breath out. So you're pushing your hips forward. Keep the toes tucked under on the left knee, lift the knee off the floor and hold. And release, knee down. Lift the chest up. Keep the toes tucked under, sinking deep into that runner's lunge or Ashvasan Chalanasana. And then changing. Somehow I've acquired myself a pet duck. It's very cute. All right, left leg, take it to the top of the mat on the outside of your left hand. Let's stay here in a deep lunge, right toes tucked under. Take your right knee off the floor. And then knee down, knee off, and down. Come all the way up to rest your elbows on your left thigh. Pushing the hips forward. And then making your way into down dog, hands down, exhale. Right leg lifted high up in the air, bend the leg, open your hip. Step your right foot forward, left knee behind, sitting on the buttocks, leaning back. So we're coming into double pigeon. Take your left foot forward. So this underneath foot is straight underneath your right knee. And your right ankle is on top of your left knee. If that's not possible to sit like that, you could place your foot on a block just in front, or just have the foot on the floor in front of the knees. And then sitting up tall, long spine. Breathing out, reaching forward. Flex your right ankle, flex it a lot, reach forward. Inhale, look up, take your hands over to the left corner. So especially reaching the right arm away. Both arms reaching away, but especially the right arm. Maybe you'll bring your head towards your foot. So deep stretch for the right glute. Inhale to come out of the pose. Exhale, release. Change sides. So you'll have your left foot on top of your right knee, or place the foot in front of the knee on a block or on the floor. Now have a look at this foot. See how it's not underneath my knee. So move your right foot forward until it's underneath your left knee. Sitting up tall, lengthening the spine, and then breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Keep flexing your left ankle. Take a breath to come up a little bit, lift the chest, and then reaching your left hand and your right hand to the corner of your mat, maybe bringing your head down towards your foot. Keep allowing the knees to descend to the floor. Exhale, uncross your legs, make your way into down dog so you can pedal out your heels. The blood flowing. And then bring your left knee to the middle of the mat up high, tuck your right knee in behind, sitting on your buttocks. You're gonna reach your left arm out to the side and your right arm up and overhead. If you wish, maybe your elbow will touch the floor. Maybe you could bind your hands. Preparing to exit the pose. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, we'll lean back, uncross your legs and change them. So this time the right knee's on top. Take your right hand out to the side, left arm up and over. Keep the left buttocks anchored to the mat. Maybe the elbow will go to the floor and you can bind behind your head. So bind just means you're going to find your hands. And releasing, inhale, coming up. Exhale, make your way back into down dog. Step your right foot forward in between your hands, left knee on the floor. Turn your toes to the right corner of your mat and roll to the outside edge of your foot. Then you're going to drop your left thigh closer to the mat, right hand on your thigh, and turn your chest all the way over to the right side. And then coming back to the center. Move your foot, it's still up high, move it to the center of the mat, it goes off to the right. Take your right arm underneath the leg. Now you're dropping your right knee out to the side. And bringing your head and chest down towards your foot. So this is similar to pigeon, but also different in sensation. So you're trying to bring your right thigh, your right knee down and out to the floor. You're trying to bring your head towards your foot. Feel calm and relaxed. Inhale to exit the pose. Exhale, I'm just going to swivel around, 180-degree turn. Right knee on the floor. So let's turn your toes of the left foot to the left corner, roll to the outside edge of the foot. You're going to have your left hand on the inside of your thigh and turn your knee out to the side. Hand on the thigh, twisting, turning the chest towards the left. Back to the center, foot down. Take your left arm underneath, walk your foot to the middle of the mat, get up at the top, roll once more to the edge of the foot, and then lower to your elbows, your head towards your foot. So this knee and thigh, you're working that down towards the mat, to the left side of the mat. Moving with your breath. Let's exit the pose. Hands down. Make your way into child's pose. Buttocks to heels, arms extended. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, lower the chest to the floor, Sphinx. Lift the chest up. and release. Making your way either into Shavasana or come into a comfortable seat, finding a moment's rest, stillness. So ideally you're on your back, allowing your legs to be straight, hips to be open. Namaste, thank you.